What kind of animal are you in trading? Welcome to Think Big Trading Channel. This morning, like countless others, I sat alone in my home office in Chicago, sunlight streaming through the window, a steaming cup of black coffee in hand. Its bitter edge lingered on my tongue. No laptop open, no charts flashing, no news feeds buzzing, just a moment to let my mind breathe. For reasons I can't quite explain, I grabbed the remote and flicked on the TV, a habit I'd long abandoned. The screen lit up with the logo of a nature documentary channel, one of those I used to devour as a kid, flipping through wildlife magazines, dreaming of becoming a zoologist. The scene unfolded, the golden plains of the Serengeti, where every creature survives on raw instinct, hunt or be hunted. A herd of antelope grazed in the frame, calm but never careless, their eyes darting, ears twitching. A mother antelope paused, head raised, sensing something. The camera panned to a thicket where a lioness crouched, motionless, silent, her amber eyes locked on her prey. I was hooked. This was a world where a single lapse could mean death, where no rules protect you, and no one tells you whether to run or stand your ground. Survival depends on instincts honed over millennia. But what struck me wasn't the lioness's stealth, it was how the antelope survived. No claws, no fangs, no ability to climb trees like a leopard or hide underwater like a hippo. No massive herd strength like a buffalo. Yet, they thrive across the plains. They survive in a predator-filled world through sheer vigilance, agility, and an uncanny ability to escape. I sipped my coffee, and a familiar thought hit me, one that's become almost instinctual after a decade of trading. The market is its own jungle. In this jungle, you've got lions, big players, hedge funds, market makers, powerful and deliberate. You've got cheetahs, scalpers and day traders, darting in and out of trades in a flash. You've got crocodiles, lying in wait for the perfect moment to strike. And then there are the antelope, retail traders with modest capital and limited experience, where every trade feels like a life-or-death gamble. Have you ever stopped to ask yourself, who are you in this jungle? I think back to an old friend, Jake, who started trading around the same time I did. Back then, we had nothing but a beat-up laptop and a few bucks scraped together. We'd sit in a dive bar in Brooklyn, pulling up MetaTrader on our screens, arguing over whether a candlestick was a fake-out or a breakout, debating if a pattern was a head and shoulders or just our eyes playing tricks. Jake wasn't great at catching bottoms or using fancy indicators, his go-to was a simple EMA 20 and EMA 50 combo, but he was a master at knowing when to exit. I still remember one trade we entered together on a gold breakout. I held on, hoping the price would keep climbing. Jake. He locked in a 2% profit and got out. Minutes later, the market reversed, and I hit my stop loss. He just grinned. When I asked why he didn't hold for more, he said, "I'm not a lion, man. I'm an antelope. My goal is to survive, not to rule the jungle." I laughed it off then, thinking he lacked guts. But years later, after burning through 5 accounts while Jake steadily withdrew profits quarter after quarter, I realized the weight of his words. He never scored massive wins, but he never lost control either. He survived every market storm, every surprise crash, every FOMO frenzy, and every non-farm payrolls roller coaster. Jake didn't try to be something he wasn't. He traded true to his instincts. The market isn't just for the strong, it's for those who fit. That's why brilliant Ivy League grads with fat bankrolls can still blow up their accounts. It's why technical analysis wizards sometimes can't last 3 months. And it's why ordinary folks like Jake, you, or me can thrive if we know who we are, what we need, and what we shouldn't try to become. When you look at a chart, what do you see? An opportunity? A battlefield? Or a jungle full of traps? What drives you when you place a trade, logic, strategy, or raw instinct? Greed, fear, or the need to prove something? Trading isn't just about technicals, it's a journey of discovering your instincts, surviving, adapting, and growing. Imagine a day when you ditch the news, ignore indicators, and stop obsessing over wins or losses. What's left? Your raw trading instinct, forged through experience, failures, pain, and survival across market seasons. I turned off the TV. The coffee was cold, the sun now high outside. I fired up my laptop, and the charts loaded, same old jungle, no room for illusions. I don't try to be a lion or dream of soaring like an eagle. I'm just a trader, learning to trust my instincts, knowing when to strike and when to retreat. What kind of predator are you? Are you trading true to your instincts, or are you wearing someone else's skin? Let's break it down, Wall Street style, with examples tailored to the American trader's world. The lion, patient, powerful, precise. Lions don't chase every rabbit that twitches. A failed hunt burns too much energy, and in the wild, energy is life. Lion traders are the same. They don't trade daily. They're not chasing small waves or unclear setups. They wait, sometimes days, sometimes weeks, for the perfect trade. When it comes, they pounce with precision, no hesitation. I knew a guy, Ethan, a former engineer from Silicon Valley who approached trading like he was building a bridge. Every move was planned, a key price level, a clear signal, and no disruptive news like a Fed announcement. His account didn't skyrocket, but it never crashed either. He once told me, trading isn't about getting rich quick, it's about avoiding dumb losses. Are you a lion, waiting for the golden setup? Or are you wasting energy on meaningless trades because you can't stand the wait? The cheetah, fast, sharp, fragile. Cheetahs don't have the brute force of lions, but they've got speed and accuracy. One calculated leap, and it's over. Miss, and they're too winded to chase. Cheetah traders are scalpers, thriving on short time frames, eating small waves in volatile markets. Every 1-minute candle is a battle. I met Mia, a day trader from Miami, who lived for the open of the New York session. She'd wake at 5 a.m., prep her mind, check the economic calendar, and hit the ground running when the market opened. It's a war, she'd say. My brain's gotta be sharper than a razor. But she admitted the toll, years of this, and my body's screaming. Some days, I see a perfect trade, but my heart's racing too fast to think straight. Scalping's glorious in the moment but burns you out if you don't pace yourself. Are you a cheetah? Can you handle the speed, or is it dragging you under? The crocodile, silent, patient, lethal. In the swamp, crocodiles are masters of stillness, waiting hours or days for the perfect moment to strike. Crocodile traders are snipers, swing traders who can go a week without a trade, waiting for the ideal setup, a key level, a textbook pattern, a confirming candle. Then they act fast, no second guessing. My buddy Ryan, a swing trader from Denver, treated every trade like a surgical procedure. Entry point, stop loss, take profit, all mapped out in advance. When the market aligns, I just pull the trigger, he'd say. But like a crocodile, he sometimes missed trades by being too picky. The market moved perfectly, but my setup wasn't 100% textbook, so I stayed out, he'd lament. Are you a crocodile, waiting for the big kill? Or are you missing trades chasing perfection? The hyena, smart, opportunistic, steady. Hyenas don't start the hunt, but they know when to jump in. They feed on what others leave behind, conserving energy. Hyena traders are trend followers, using indicators like MACD or RSI to confirm momentum. They don't chase tops or bottoms, they ride the wave when it's clear, entering at just the right moment. I met Sarah, a part-time trader from Austin who worked as an accountant by day. She didn't obsess over news or predictions. She waited for the daily candle to close, for the trend to confirm. I don't need the juiciest part of the move, she'd say, just the easy meat. But hyenas can enter late, missing the bulk of the profit or catching the tail end of a dying trend. Are you riding the trend, or fighting the current to prove a point? The eagle, high, detached, strategic. Eagles soar above the chaos, picking their moment when the market calms. They see the big picture, using multiple time frames, daily, weekly, then hourly charts, to make decisions. They're not swayed by short-term noise. I had coffee with Tom, a retired professor from Boston, whose charts were minimalist, just support and resistance lines. I don't trade small bounces, he said. I need the market to settle so I can see its true shape. But eagles can be slow to act when the market demands speed. Are you seeing the full picture, or getting lost in the minute-to-minute noise? The deer, alert, cautious, resilient. Deer have no fangs or claws, but they survive through hypervigilance and quick retreats. Deer traders, often newbies with small accounts, survive by playing it safe. They cut losses fast, manage risk like every dollar is oxygen, and aren't afraid to sit out. They don't let ego drive them. Remember your first trade? Heart pounding, eyes glued to the screen, afraid to blink. If you've ever blown an account early on, you've likely learned to trade like a deer, cautious, disciplined, surviving. Deer may not be the strongest, but they're the emblem of survival. And in trading, survival is the foundation of success. Are you trading true to your instincts, or forcing yourself into someone else's mold? Are you a lion waiting for the perfect setup, a cheetah chasing quick wins, a crocodile sniping high-probability trades, a hyena riding trends, an eagle analyzing the big picture, or a deer surviving through caution? In the market jungle, there's no right or wrong, only what fits. The market doesn't reward the strongest, it rewards those who know who they are and trade authentically. You don't lose by sitting out. You don't lose by preserving capital. You don't lose by feeling fear. You lose when you stop being yourself. My first year trading, I thought I was a lion. I believed bold, aggressive trades would make me rich. I ignored learning, risk management, and my emotions, thinking opportunities were there to be seized. The market had other plans. It dangled small wins, then ripped everything away, fast and brutal. I watched my account bleed out, lost sleep, grew irritable, and realized I wasn't a lion, not then. Later, I tried being a crocodile, cold and patient, waiting for textbook setups. But markets aren't textbooks. I doubted myself, feared missing out, entered trades too early, cut losses too late. I wasn't cold enough. I tried being a cheetah, scalping all day, chasing every tick. I made money fast, and lost it faster. My body couldn't handle the stress, sleepless nights, shaking hands, fear even when the market was flat. I tried being a hyena, following trends, playing it safe. I survived, no big wins, no big losses. But I stagnated, too cautious to grow. One night, reflecting on my journey, I saw I'd been playing roles that weren't me. There's no fixed trader archetype. You don't need to mimic anyone, you need to know yourself. Some days, I'm a deer, watching from the sidelines. Others, I'm an eagle, seeing the bigger picture. Occasionally, I'm a lion, striking with conviction. Each phase is part of my instinct. Ask yourself, who are you today? Are you forcing trades your psyche can't handle? Are you chasing one more trade to prove something? Pause. Feel your heartbeat when you enter a trade. Recall your emotions when you cut a loss. Listen to the quiet inside when the market defies you. That's your instinct. Live by it, and you'll survive this jungle. I know you might be tired, burned by losses, or tempted to quit. Yet you're here, reading this. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart, for joining me through these metaphors and trading philosophies. Thank you for listening to a story, not a hype reel, not a trade signal, not a flex, but a reflection of you through me. Trading isn't easy, and going it alone is harder. If this story made you pause to look inward, we've had a meaningful moment. This isn't the end, just a pit stop. In upcoming posts, I'll dive deeper into each trader type. Lions, expect tips on high-probability setups. Cheetahs, I'll share how to manage energy and emotions in scalping. Crocodiles, we'll cover the art of waiting and building high-odds strategies. Deer, I've got you with guides on surviving, learning, and protecting capital as a beginner. Hyenas and eagles, your stories are coming too. Drop a comment. What animal are you in this market jungle? Let me know where you are in your trading journey. We'll keep walking this path together, sharing quiet wins, timely stop-losses, epic wipeouts no one sees, and sleepless nights over a candle that didn't go your way. The market doesn't keep the strongest, it keeps those true to themselves. Thank you for being real. Thank you for being here. See you in the next video.